Hey guys, couple things I wanted to talk about. One, my hair. I got a haircut. Woo! Excuse it right now, it's wet. Um, and I noticed that there's a tag going around, because I watch YouTube religiously, and it's called the gender tag. And since my channel is just starting, and I thought maybe some people would have a couple of questions for me, I decided I would do it. So here we go. Sorry about the reflection in my glasses. Can't really do anything about it because I'm looking this up on my laptop. So, question 1: how do you self-identify your gender, and what does that definition mean to you? I define myself as female. And I mean, it just means I'm a girl. What pronouns honor you? Well, I've been called she. I have been called a guy before, but that's only whenever I've been mistaken. Here recently, it's because of my haircut. But I do go by she, female, or my name. I've noticed here recently it's kind of easier if people just... I don't really go by he, she, it, they, them, whatever somebody might want to be called. I call you by your name. Your gender, in my opinion, doesn't matter, really. Don't take that the wrong way. Alright, I'm taking off my glasses. I mean that as in, like, if you're a guy and you want to be a girl, I'm all for it. Go for it. I'm gonna call you by your name, though. It's just gonna be what happens. Number 3. Describe the style of clothing you most often wear. Well, right now, I'm wearing an oversized Papa Roach t-shirt, a pair of jeans, and my collar. People may have questions about the collar. If you want to know, I'll make a whole separate video about it. But, I guess more male style than female. All depends on how I'm feeling that day. Really, because I've been known to dress up in a nice button-down that's unbuttoned to, like here and kind of girly-ish. But I've also been known to wear that exact same button-down, buttoned all the way up, with a tie and a vest. So, all depends on how I'm feeling that day. A lot of people consider me gender fluid, and I guess, if that's what you want to call it, I just call it being me. Number 4, talk about your choices with with body hair. How do you style your hair? Do you have facial hair? What do you choose to shave or choose not to shave? I shave everything. My arms, my legs, my under area, even sometimes my stomach. It just depends on if the hair is noticeable, and if it bothers me, I'll shave it. I personally don't, it doesn't have anything to do with, like, seen as a guy or a girl. Obviously I don't have facial hair, and my hair, I style it with however I wake up in the morning. I prefer it short because it's a lot easier to take care of, in my opinion, and I just prefer it shorter. I think I look a little better with it shorter. I think I look older with it shorter. If it's longer, I look like I'm 4. Which already people think I look really young anyway, because I have this thing called baby face, and it sucks. So. 5, talk about cosmetics. Do you choose to wear makeup? Do you paint your nails? What type of soaps and perfumes do you use, if any? As you can see right now, my nails are painted. Usually they're not. I just got really bored and had nothing to do. I used to wear makeup a lot. Like, a lot. I used to not go out of the house unless I was wearing at least eyeliner. But now I've gotten to the point to where I'm like, you know what? You don't like how I look? You can politely go over there. There are some days I'll wake up and I'll be like, you know what? I want to look a little fancy. I'll wear makeup. But for everyday use, not really. If I'm going to like a concert or something, I'll usually just wear eyeliner and mascara. I used to wear foundation and concealer. I don't anymore. Also, my face has kind of not been acne-ridden here recently. But that's because I've been watching it religiously, because I've been super stressed out, and I don't want that to happen, so, woo! Soaps. I wouldn't say they're male or female. They're kind of not really scented. The most scented thing I use is maybe deodorant. And even then, it's usually something like cucumber melon or something. It's natural or neutral. I wash my hair with green apple. I prefer guys' cologne over girls' perfume. But that's just because I like the smell of it. On me, I would like to start wearing it. I just don't know how other people in my family would be okay with that. And I know it's stupid to think, oh, well, you know, they're family. It doesn't matter. But, yeah. I like the smell of guys' cologne, particularly better than girls' perfume. I have one perfume that I've worn for, like, the last 8 years. So, I stick to that one, which is Japanese Cherry Blossom. So, I guess you could say I use girls. I mean, it is a girl's perfume, but I prefer guys. Along with soap, I use guys' shaving cream. So, I kind of nix it. Have you experienced being misgendered? If so, how often? Yeah, I've been misgendered before. It's not a big thing in my opinion, because I don't really care. If you think I'm a guy, woo, hooray. If you think I'm a girl, okay. I don't really care. It doesn't really bother me. And here recently, with my hair being shorter, I usually get identified as a lesbian than anything else. Yeah, I don't really find a problem with it. Do you experience dysphoria? How does that affect you? I actually only know this from watching somebody else's, what it is. It's where you look in the mirror and you, like, feel like something, you don't like what you see, pretty much. Certain days, yeah. Certain days, I'm like, I really wish I didn't have boobs like I do. I really wish I didn't have the curves that I do. I wish my hair was longer, or, you know, stuff like that. I wish I was, you know, more like a girl. I wish I was more like a guy. It all depends on the day. Yeah, and how it affects me, that just means I'm going to be more masculine or feminine that day. Like, today's kind of a more masculine day. I mean, sitting in a really big t-shirt and talking. There are certain days where I'm like, hey, I'm going to dress all girly, and I'm going to show off what I have, even though there's not much, and go with it. But it doesn't really bother me. I mean, on the days that I wish I was different, of course that bothers me, but on a day-to-day basis, it's kind of one of those, okay, well, this just means I'll be more like this day. This just means I'll be more like that day. So I guess you could say I really am gender fluid. 8. Talk about children. Are you interested in having children? Do you want to carry a child if that were an option for you? Do you want to be the primary caregiver for any children if you have any? I for a long time was like, I don't want kids. I would be okay with being a mother. Hold on, 1 second. Sound is driving me crazy. Hush, rascal. Sorry, cat. I don't want to give birth. I'd rather not. But, if I have to, I do. Ugh. I definitely don't want any soon. Because I am only 17. So, I don't want to have any anytime soon. But, I have thought about it. Especially with this last relationship I was in, it was brought up a couple times, and I started thinking, maybe I would be okay with being a parent. And I think I would. I've actually told this to my mother. I would be okay with being a parent. I don't want to give birth. So, that's how my stance is on it. 9, talk about money. Is it important? Is it important to you to provide for the family financially if you choose to have one? Is it important to you that you earn more than any partner you may have? Do you prefer to pay for things like dates? Are you uncomfortable when others pay for you or offer to pay for you? I want to provide for a family, yes. Not solely. I wish it would be a joint effort with my significant other if I have one. Anyway. I don't want to earn more than my partner. I don't care about that, who earns more, who earns less. That means nothing to me. That's all trivial. Let's see. I do prefer to pay for things like dates. That is definitely the way I go about it. Depending on what it is, in all honesty. I would like to actually help pay. Maybe not pay all of it, because that's really not fair to you or the other person. I mean, every great once in a while, it's like, hey, this is my treat. Then, yeah, that's my treat. Don't argue with me. Just let me do it. And if the other person, every great once in a while, wants to be like, hey, this is mine. My treat, my turn. I'm like, okay, whatever. But I do like to help when I can, and if I could, yes, I would definitely like to help in that. Am I uncomfortable when others pay for me or offer to? If you're my significant other, I won't get awkward about it. I won't get offended. I won't get anything. Usually I might be like, well, okay, but I do kind of feel bad, in a way, because it's like, well, you pay for this all the time, and this is that and the other. At least that's how it was in my last relationship. It was always, he would pay for it, and then I'd feel bad because I couldn't, and once I started working and I got my own money, that's whenever it started getting to where I would pay for some of it. And I liked it a lot. I liked being able to help. And number 10 is anything else you want to share about your experience with gender. I'm going to quote a slam poem by Denise Foreman. And it's, sexuality and gender are two different things, combined in many different ways. If you mismatch your socks, you understand. Not my words, hers. And the poem is called Dear Straight People, by the way. I so understand that, because I do. I mismatch my socks. But also, somebody's gender can be female, but their sexuality is male. Just like a male can, there can be a male, their gender, but their sexuality is female. And there are many different things in between, in all honesty. I mean, I don't go into it because I don't really like, oh, well, I label you as this. You are this because of this. I don't really go into any of those because I don't fit into one category. Because it's varying levels of different things, like I said, with the whole, I don't identify as strictly male or strictly female. There are some days where I'm like, hey, I want to be like a guy. And there are other days where I'm like, hey, I want to be like a girl. It all depends. So, another thing I want to add is that if you are going through this, pretty much, if you're like, well, I don't know if I'm a guy, I don't know if I'm a girl, I don't know what these feelings mean, you know, various things like that, I suggest talking to someone. Really, I do. I suggest talking so you can sort everything out. Because it helps. So, yeah, that is my gender tag. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking all the way to the end if you did. So, go out and make someone smile. You never know what it can do.